Welcome back to Elevation 44. I'm B for those of you who are new. Welcome to my channel. And if you're returning, welcome back, family. Today we are diving into the Scorpio New Moon, okay? And I wasn't gonna put this video out, but again, like there's just this little tug in my heart. I can't leave y'all hanging. So this video is going to be another short one. And I just wanna again bring you the concise information that you need so that you have some guidance working with this new moon. Now, if you're new to the channel, hello again, I'm B, and I talk about the new moon and the full moon every month and what are the corresponding transits that are happening in terms of the supporting the moon's energy. And I also give you the crystals and the herbs and the rituals that you can use during this time to help guide you to set your intentions, especially around the new moon, okay? So it's not gonna be any different with this particular video. And I will also say that I have an entire series out on, it's a 4-part series on how to work with the entire moon cycle. So that has a specific video about the new moon or the dark moon, and that is meant to be timeless information. So if you're looking for deeper guidance or trying to gain like a foundational base understanding of like what the new moon is and how to work with that energy, I'm gonna go ahead and link that video so that you can check that out. Okay, so I'll probably link it up here or down in the description box so that you can look at that as well. So you can follow the entire lunar cycle with that series, all right? So let's just get right into this Scorpio new moon. And you know, we are really deep into Scorpio season. We're actually getting ready to exit out of Scorpio season here shortly. So this is kind of the last burst or like big burst of this Scorpio infused energy, which is all around like transformation. So it's that death and rebirth cycle, okay? And it's all about going to the emotional depths of self to have actualization, to come to realization, to also purge and let things go, because Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and which we'll get into in a second. And Pluto is all about that purging energy. It's all about that transformation. This is a deep healing energy, okay? So the new moon, if you're new to working with, you know, lunar energy, I will just say that the new moon is a great time to set intentions, okay? Which means plant your seeds. You know, if you are been a regular on this channel, you've heard me say it before. The new moon is just like almost like the spring season, right? Where we would put our seeds in the ground so that we can harvest our crops later on in the year, you know, peak summer or fall, depending on when things are ready to be harvested. So that's what the new moon is. It's a time to set your intentions, your plans, okay? And I think of them as seeds. We put them in the ground and we're watering them and we're nurturing them and we're giving them sunlight throughout the process, and then we get the crops. So the crops should be at the corresponding full moon 6 months later, okay? So every new moon cycle will work like that, okay? So the theme of this particular new moon is really around, you know, deep healing, release, okay? Letting go of karmic baggage, and also there is a big supportive energy around goal setting. So our inner and outer like foundations and structures, our inner foundations, who we are, that inner self, which is ruled by that moon energy, and then our outer self, which is ruled by that sun energy. Then we've got, when I'll talk about it in a second, all these Capricorn planets, which are making a harmonious aspect with the moon, the new moon. It's just giving us an extra boost to really set some goals around making some transformative changes, not just the inner transformation that's happening in within, which a lot of us are feeling, that, you know, there's a lot of emotional purging, there's a lot of mental baggage being released, a lot of, and for some of us, a lot of physical baggage being released, but then also just making sure that we're setting more intentions so that we can see that through, so that it's not just letting go, but it's also about changing that rebirth, that renewal process, okay? So that is really what the theme of this new moon is, okay? So Scorpio, I'll just say, is a very intense energy because it's heavily influenced by Pluto. I cannot get that out, which is very intense. It's about passion. It's about control. Again, there's a lot of issues with the balance of power and control that pop up here, okay? It's all about mystery, the occult, all of these things that are done in the dark, or the things that are secretive, okay? And it's transformational. So this is a deep, extremely deep healing energy, okay? It's very deep in mind, body, and soul and spirit, okay? So it's not just deep on one level. You can go to the depths on every single level, all right? So this energy is intuitive, it's focused, it's persevering, which makes it the perfect energy when you're looking to set goals or set like big goals or intentions for major, that really showcase major transformation in your life, okay? And this is also great for supporting deep healing work, which a lot of us are going through right now, myself included. We all have different areas that we're healing and we're purging and we're releasing, okay? And the timing of this Scorpio new moon is actually right on time, because we're getting ready to have this final meetup with Pluto and Saturn in December on the winter solstice. So that is going to kick off an entirely new era, and so we've got to get rid of this last bit of muck that we're hanging on to, okay? So all of the transits that are happening at the time of the new moon on Sunday, September 15th are very supportive of this new moon energy. Whew, y'all. Okay, so the moon is definitely making some harmonious aspects to all of the Capricorn planets, like I said before. So it's sextiling Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, which are hanging out in the sign of Capricorn, okay? So what this is doing is adding an extremely extra positive boost in one, helping us to align our inner and outer needs, okay? But also two, helping us to achieve our goals. And when I say that inner and outer, so like I said before, the moon is kind of our inner, so that Scorpio energy allows us to, it forces us to go within, right? It forces us to go within to really understand like what we're going through, to get aligned within ourselves, to pull up all the things that are way below the self-conscious, okay? Because Pluto, that energy that rules Scorpio, is all about the underworld. It takes us to the depths, okay? It takes it to the depths of ourselves, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, everything, right? And then those Capricorn planets, that Capricorn energy is all about our structures, our foundations, our rules, the things that we play by, the way we do things, our business. Like, this is really what that Capricorn energy is. So that's why I was like, it's a balancing of our inner, that Scorpio, and our outer, that Capricorn. But also just very reflective of the new moon in general, the sun and the moon that are conjuncting at this time, right? So this is a great energy for us to, a great supportive energy for us to get aligned in that way, okay? And to do our deep healing work. So our structure and our foundations get a benefit out of this, and setting intentions around that, right? And this is also, in addition to Jupiter and Pluto, which are right now tightly conjuncting, or blending their energies, merging together in the sign of Capricorn, which is all about that purging energy, that releasing energy, okay? So everything here is definitely supporting releasing and purging in that transformation process. Another thing that is going to be happening transit-wise is that the moon is going to be trining Neptune, okay? So this is going to give us heightened intuition, also with us helping us identify what needs to be released still, and to also set our goals in terms of our intentions, in terms of what we want to happen long term in support of our transformation process, okay? So this is going to also give us an artistic or creative boost, and I can definitely attest to that, because my mind has been so scattered for the past week, and I have just definitely been wanting to dive into all of my artistic ventures instead of like my business ventures. So definitely true with that. And then it also is going to make us sensitive to a lot of things, including our environment, okay? So if you are experiencing ascension symptoms, you might be experiencing version 2.0 right now. And if you don't know what Ascension Symptoms are, I'm going to link that video. I talked about that at the beginning of the year, what Ascension Symptoms are, feel like, and some of you are probably feeling this on a whole new level now, or it might be resurfacing, or it might have just gone up a notch. I also can say that I have been feeling this as well, and I think I'm going to make an entirely new video talking about Ascension Symptoms 2.0 because it's getting more intense, especially as those Capricorn planets, tightly meet up for their last final get together before everybody disperse and go into Aquarius over in at the end of December and the beginning of January. So there's just a lot that we're starting to feel that we actually felt at the beginning of the year that's going to get more intensified during this time, okay? So that is what I wanted to say transit-wise. Herbs that I would recommend you working with during this time, I would say rosemary, because it's a great protective herb and it's a great all-purpose herb. Like, a lot of people ask me, like, just like clear quartz or crystal quartz is the all-purpose crystal that can be, used in place of any crystal. Like, what is an herb that can function in that way? And it is rosemary. Rosemary can most of the time take the place of a lot of other herbs, and then it has great protective quality. So I always recommend rosemary. And then also for that healing, that deep healing work, I would definitely recommend lemon balm, okay? The crystals that I would recommend you working with are, and I'm going to continue to say this, and you've been hearing me say it all, Scorpio season, is labradorite, and labradorite is the stone of magic. It's also the stone of transformation, okay? This is like the ultimate Scorpio crystal in my opinion, okay? And then another crystal that you can work with are your black variety crystals. I would recommend black obsidian. It can be kind of jarring to some people because it does tend to like bring up stuff in a way that if you aren't ready to like experience that, or you weren't ready for it, it can be a little bit jarring. So you could work with black obsidian, black tourmaline. A lot of your black variety stones will also help you with protection and transformation at this time. So let's talk about a couple quick rituals. I don't have many. The first I would recommend is like a vision board. So this is great for helping you kind of take those things that you're feeling or thinking and putting it out visually so you can actually see it, and it actually helps you to set your intentions or your goals around things in a much more efficient way. And then also, so there's something about the power about visually having something to look at that helps you manifest or bring things into fruition a whole lot better, okay? The next one would be any type of sex magic. And sex magic is amazing. It is something that it can be very transformative, very powerful, and it does not have to be done with someone else. Yes, it's great to be done with someone else. And if you are going to go that route, I would say make sure that your energies are aligned, that both of your energies are high vibrational, because whatever you're going to be manifesting together is going to be important and is going to be a result of the combined energies and the combined intention, okay? So sex magic is something that you can use. Again, you don't have to have a partner to bring things in, to manifest things through sex magic. So I'm going to throw that out there. And then, the reason why I recommend sex magic is because Scorpio actually rules the sexual organs. It's one of the, best times to do sex magic. Another thing that you can do, especially if you are working with this energy, like the day of the new moon or like right the day prior to the new moon, would be especially that like real dark moon phase, is a cord cutting ritual. And cord cutting is just literally, you severing those karmic bonds, those energetic ties to things, that baggage that you need to let go of, okay? So anything that needs to go and you feel like you still have this like emotional pull on it or this energetic pull on it, trying to do a cord cutting ritual that will, sever those things so you can finally purge out what you need to purge out and let that you know, that rebirth process happens. Let that death process happen so that rebirth process can happen. So there are videos here on YouTube that you can look up on cord cutting. So go ahead and look into that. And then the last thing that I would recommend you doing is writing out your fears and setting intentions to work through them, because this is actually one of the best times that you can, you know, it can help you pinpoint. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm just tongue-tied today. It can help you pinpoint your fears, and because you are able to go so deep with this energy, and then actually putting those fears down on paper and seeing, like, because fears are really false illusions appearing real, right? And it's a lot of times mental tricks that we play on ourselves that cause us to stay in states of fear and not move forward on certain things. So writing those things out, working through them in that way, and setting intentions to release and move past those false illusions, okay? So yeah, or false evidence appearing real, not false illusions. That would be fear, F-I-R-F-I-E, whatever. Anyway, I am going to sign off. That is all I have for you guys. You can see that my mind is not all the way here. It's been a weird week for me, energetically, like not bad, but just definitely feeling like I need to like back up, take a break, and just chill out. So that's why I have not been putting out as much content. And that's why the videos have been shorter, but hopefully this gives you some guidance on what to do with this Scorpio new moon. If you're Scorpio gang, hit me up in the comments below, shout yourselves out, where are my Scorpios at, okay? And that's it. I will see you all in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Peace.